the Más Allá book and video series with My Spanish Software, the best comprehensive resource to teach and learn Spanish. We have succeeded in capturing the authenticity of the Spanish world, and we make it available to the students. Our resources come in two distinct and complementary elements: the Más Allá book and video series, which are ideal for classroom activities, and My Spanish Software for homework and computer lab work. Students find themselves in full immersion with the Más Allá book and video series in every class. We offer unbelievable content. Our content is fun and broken in easy-to-understand modules. Every unit we have starts with a vocabulary module that sets a strong foundation for the unit. We follow it immediately with as many grammar modules as the unit requires. The Applied Grammar module helps students to implement grammar in context. We then put vocabulary and grammar together in authentic situations with real Spanish people. Communicative approach modules are crucial because they show how Spanish people interact with each other and how vocabulary and grammar work together. After authentic situations, we make an entire module on the idiomatic expressions that could be used in the unit. Idioms make conversations richer and more meaningful. We follow up with amazing modules about the Spanish culture. We will discover incredible places, listen to unbelievable legends, and review some of the most mystical cultures in the world, such as the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas. Finally, we have exams, which allow you to assess how much the student has mastered the unit. Each one of our modules comes with the activities for the classroom with our books, and the activities for homework with My Spanish Software. If you are looking for a new video, more pictures, or recordings from authentic Spanish speakers, you can come to us. With over 600 videos, 5,000 pictures, and 50,000 recordings, we have the largest multimedia database in the industry at your fingertips. It gets better. We are constantly searching the Spanish world for new events and new topics from which to create new modules, videos, and recordings. My Spanish Software gives you control. Teachers can control how much homework to assign, what linguistic pillar they want students to use, and what is the due date for every assignment. Right after, all the work performed by the students sits nicely on your teacher portal, automatically graded for you. It will tell you what your students are doing and how well they are doing it. The student's report will even tell you how many times the student logged in to do their homework, when was the last time they logged in, and if they have had any difficulty with the system. Just Talk for self-oral expression and Just Write for self-written expressions are two optional activities that are graded only by the teacher and demonstrate how well students know their stuff. Finally, let's talk about our content. We are the only company in the world that will grow and change with you as you need it. Our existing content can be rearranged to match the sequence you desire. We have over 3,800 hours of classroom and reinforcement activities, and over 700 pedagogically adapted videos. With Más Allá and My Spanish Software, you don't adapt to us, we adapt to you. We can become your main resource for $49 per student. This includes the ebook, the license to My Spanish Software, and much more.
I chose my Spanish software because I considered that it was time for us to move to technology, to use technology. And it is better because they can work at home. I can check it out at home also in my house or over here in the school. And it is more helpful for my students because they can see if they are doing the work right away. And when we were working in a book, we have to wait for them to come to class and we make the corrections, the necessary corrections. And now that they are working in my Spanish software, they can see immediately where they are doing right or what they are doing wrong, and they are learning in the process. My students are very happy right now because they love it. And some of them say that they are working for 2 hours a day because they actually enjoy doing that, using my Spanish software. I like the interacting videos because they can see it in real life. It's not just that they gotta imagine or just think about it, but they have it over there, people speaking and people interacting, and it's the better way for them to be able to understand. The load is smaller now, and the work that students do is a lot more than they used to do also because they can work in the program. And the grade, I have it right away. I can check if they are working, if they are doing the work, and I can call their parents to let them know that their daughter is not working. And I can see their grades also. I can do it also, everything at home when I am at home, and it's really fast to do it. And I think it is easier for me right now because I used to go over all the material that they do in the workbook, but now I don't have to do that, and I can focus on teaching instead of going over the material that we were doing. I don't have to change my style of teaching at all. It's just that I have more time for me to give instructions to my students now, since we don't have to go over the material.
I think just like the beginning part, it was like really simple for me, and then like you just sort of get the hang of it after a while. And it isn't just like, oh, I have my Spanish software, but it's like, oh, like my Spanish software, like it's gonna help.
I do see myself working a bit harder on my homework here in Spanish software because it does tell you everything you get wrong, so it helps you really improve, and you know when to go back if you did something wrong. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna get it over with and finish it. It's you actually want to try and make everything like the best you can.
I think my Spanish software is really helpful because it like helps you through it. Like in a book, you just read it and you have to like teach it yourself, but here it like instructs you and it takes you like step by step.
I think if I had my Spanish software on my earlier levels of Spanish, it would have helped me a lot because it would have started me off at the beginning with not just practicing reading and writing, but also speaking. There are parts of the program that have you record your voice and be able to hear yourself when you're speaking, and that would have given me more confidence in speaking when I started so that I could be better at it now. My Spanish software has definitely pushed me to immerse myself in Spanish and to push myself out of my comfort zone of just reading Spanish. And it's the biggest part how it's pushed me is to speak Spanish out loud because I don't do that normally. I usually I kind of stumble through it and then just write it down or revert to English. So this has pushed me to I have to speak Spanish out loud and I have to think about what I'm going to say. And it also guides you to use the words that they give, but it helps me to be more confident when I'm speaking Spanish. And it has the part where you can hear how to say it if you don't know how to say it, so I like that.
The situations on the videos help you understand how to communicate things more naturally. Like there's some that talk about weather and it puts it in a more natural sounding way than if you just read it in a book.
Like we'll like sit like with each other and sometimes we'll kind of like help each other out, but at the same time we see like what sections we're doing. We'll be like, oh, I just did that one, like I'm ahead of you, or it'll be like a little competition between us just to like have fun with it.
No, I would not like going back to a book. I would like to stay with my Spanish software. Spanish software is really easy to use, and like the best thing about it to me is that when you're using a book, you can think that you're right and you're actually wrong, but my Spanish software corrects you. So if you do something wrong, then it'll tell you what you did wrong and you can fix that and learn from it for the future.
I see myself actually wanting to get my 100% on each grade and knowing that I can do it and that it'll help me achieve that A. I think it's very easy and simple, and if you do need the help, there's always a button or you can call right away and they're always available.
Esta es la clase de Mr. Magaña y nosotros usamos My Spanish Software. ¡Woo!
The Más Allá book and video series with My Spanish Software. The best comprehensive resource to teach and learn Spanish.